Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be sharing another crockpot recipe. It is called Favorite Beef Stew. Now, I mean, we've tried beef stews before. We've had beef soup and beef stews, and there's one that we really like, but we thought, let's try this one to see if we like it too. It is a little different than what we had before. So I'm going to go over the recipe, and then I will show you me putting it all in the pot and how you're supposed to do that step. Okay, so what you will need is 3 carrots cut lengthwise into halves, then cut into 1-inch pieces. Why didn't they just say cut into 1-inch pieces? I guess because they have to be in halves too. I didn't do that. I used my little chopper deal to make it a lot easier, which you guys saw that. Because I prepped all of my veggies except my potatoes earlier in the week. 3 ribs of celery cut into 1-inch pieces, 2 large potatoes peeled and cut into 1/2-inch pieces. I used a little more than that. I didn't have large potatoes, so I used 6 pretty small ones. 1½ cup chopped onions, 3 cloves of garlic, chopped 1 bay leaf, 1½ teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 3/4 teaspoon of dried thyme leaves, 3/4 teaspoon of dried basil leaves, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 pounds of lean beef stew meat cut into 1-inch pieces. I'm thinking I don't have quite 2 pounds, but I don't mind that. 1 can of 14½ ounces diced tomatoes undrained. 1 can 14½ ounces of reduced sodium beef broth. I am using this today because I have it, and some water. I do have beef broth, but I just thought I'll make that up just to use it because I just wanted to use it. I don't know why, really. I just did. 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, which I have here, which will come later, and 1/2 cup of water. So let me move my camera down, and since I don't need the beef broth anymore, I'm going to use this as my tripod today because I didn't bring my tripod over here, and I'm not going to go get it, even though it's right over there. I just want to get this in the pot because this is the reason why. Because it says it takes 8 to 9 hours to cook this, which is on low, 8 to 9 hours. So what I'm thinking, it's 11:30 now. I want to eat around 6, so I may not cook it on low the whole time. I'll let you guys know if I change it, but I don't want to be 9 o'clock tonight eating dinner, and I didn't get up in time to put this in the crock pot earlier because I have a massive headache. And honestly, I'm so glad I had everything chopped except the potatoes and had everything ready to go into the crock pot, because this is a day I don't want to be cooking later on. I'd rather just go ahead and get it done right now. I have been drinking tons of water trying to get the headache to go away, and it has helped, so that's a good thing. Alright, so let me get the camera moved and we'll get to cooking. Okay, so I did go ahead and grab my tripod because I wanted you to be able to see inside the crock pot this time. I don't know why, but I just did. So let's get this going. I got my measuring spoon right in my way. And what you're supposed to do first, well, what you're supposed to do is layer all of the elements into the bottom of the crock pot. I'm not sure. I've used these carrots for multiple things this week. I might have used too many. So hopefully that's enough. If not, I will throw in a can of carrots if we want more. I don't know. But that'll have to be later because they're already cooked. And I don't have any little carrots. And I'm not going to peel any right now. Okay, now it's supposed to be 3 ribs of celery. I'm not going to tell you all the numbers anymore. I'm going to just tell you what it is. I'm going to put in the celery, layer that in. And you know, I don't care if there are leaves in there, because that gives it flavor too. It's part of the celery and it's delicious, so not going to worry about that. And then I put in the potatoes. That's the next thing. I think the reason why they're doing this is the things that cook for need to cook the longest are on the bottom. I don't know. I really don't know why they want it layered this way. But that's okay too. I'll do it because that's what the recipe says. And then 1.5 cups of chopped onions. I should have opened my bowl before. I'm not measuring this. I'm just putting in some onion. I may put in all of this. That means I'm going to have to chop up some more onion for tomorrow's meal. But that's okay. I got to cut up carrots too. So, I didn't prep enough this week. But I prepped enough to get me until Thursday because today's Thursday. So, that's pretty good, I think. I mean, if you prep enough to get you at least halfway through the week, you're doing good. I'm going to rinse the onion off my finger. Let's see. There's a glare on my book, and it's really bugging me. Now I need garlic cloves. You guys know me. I'm going to pull out the garlic out of the refrigerator and use some of it because I do have cloves of garlic, but I'm just going to do this. Just because it's easier, I have it here. That may be more than I need. And yesterday when I made the cheesesteak sandwiches, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a lot of these little things in there because I accidentally put too much garlic in there. And it was funny because Noah was in here and I was putting all my vegetables into my pan. And I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do it, if I wanted more, if I wanted, you know, I didn't want to put too much. So, I was doing everything. This is the bay leaf. I was doing everything, and I put the onions in, and I wasn't sure. So, I put some, and then I put some more. Now I'm going to go ahead with the Worcestershire. I've been told how to say it, but was that fuzz that just fell in there? Or was that just my eyeball because of my headache? Lord, I hope there ain't no fuzz in there. I don't know. It'd be refrigerator fuzz. Okay. 1 tablespoon of that. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all won't even know when I made this video, because y'all don't see it in order because I have too many of these types of videos already done that I've been sharing the videos. So you don't know that I did that yesterday. If you look at my What's for Dinners, you'll see I did it a little bit back. Alright, and this is a teaspoon of thyme. Now, lately, every time that I think about that I need to use thyme, I think about Linda from Create with Linda because she loves some thyme. Alright, this is supposed to be 3/4 teaspoon of basil. And that's about 3/4. Because she loves thyme, and one day she forgot her thyme at the grocery store. She didn't get it, and she forgot, so she's going to go back and get it. Alright, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to grind some in, and we're just going to hope that it's a 1/2 teaspoon. But then, if you guys watch us, or watch me, sometimes it's us, my husband does do videos with me, you know we love some black pepper, so it's not going to matter much. Okay, and then your 1 can of diced tomatoes, undrained, put that in. I love some tomatoes. I used to not love tomatoes. I used to really, I would pick them out of my food. I mean, even up into my adult years, I would not eat them. And I think somebody got me to try salsa or something. And I never did understand why I had such an aversion to tomatoes, because I liked ketchup, I liked pasta sauce, I liked pizza sauce, I liked all of those yummy things. They're tomatoes. But my brain was not working well. It was not telling me, you know, that's the same thing, woman. Okay, and the last thing for now is the beef broth, and I'm going to stir this just a tiny bit before I pour it in. I'm going to stir it a little bit more. No, it's not the last thing. I was supposed to put the meat under the potatoes. Whoops, or under the tomatoes. Whoops. Okay, I didn't do that. So we're just going to do that now. And scooch it around a little because I want it to be in a layer, kind of. It may be a little bit frozen still, and I took this out of the freezer on Sunday. Not took it out and put it in the on the counter. I put it in the refrigerator. Why is refrigerator such a hard word for me sometimes? I guess because I want to say fridge, but then that's not what it really is, and I don't know. I have this weird thing about myself. I didn't used to be. This right here is still partially frozen. I want to force myself to say things the correct way, and I think it's got something to do with me homeschooling my children and, you know, learning grammar better. I don't know. I don't really know. Okay, that's that. And then the broth, and I should have put, you know, the tomatoes are supposed to be on top, but that's okay. But now I'm going to put the broth in, and then it's supposed to cook on low, like I said, 8 to 9 hours. That's probably not going to happen in my house today. I'm probably going to go ahead and put it up on high at some point. But that's it for now, and I will show you what you do next whenever this part is actually cooked through. Okay, so this is about 5.5 hours after I started cooking. I did turn it on high for about 30 minutes, but then I put it right back down on low after that. Otherwise, that's the only difference I've done with what the recipe says. Everything is tender, cooked through, smells delicious. It's actually boiling a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go on with the next step, because I honestly don't think it needs to cook anymore since it's all cooked through. Next step is to put the soup or stew from the crock pot into another dish. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in a warm oven so it will not cool off much, because I have another step that I'm going to have to do with the crock pot, but I will share that with you as soon as I get this put into the oven. Okay, so this is the all-purpose flour that I had shared with you earlier. It's 1/4 cup, and then I add 1/2 cup of water to that. And I'm supposed to mix this up really well. Try to get all the lumps out that I can. Okay, so while I was mixing up the slurry, or that's what I'm going to call it, that's what you would normally call it, I had this with the slow cooker. I had the lid on it, and I had it turned up to high, which is what it said to do. And then you put this back in there, or put this in there. Oh, there's some flour I missed. Get all of it in there you can. I'll use my spurtle. I got this little doodad because of Fallon, because she uses them all the time. For Moss Family TV, she likes them. And so I got some. So anyway, you're supposed to cook this for 15 minutes or until it thickens. So, it seems that my crock pot kind of goes a little faster than most, but we will time it for 10 minutes and see what happens, and then come back whenever it looks like it's already thickening up. How am I ever going to leave it alone if it's already thickening up? Anyway, I'm going to leave it be for the amount of time it says and come back. Okay, it has not even been 10 minutes and this is already thickened up. And what it says to do is to pour this over your stuff that you already have. Well, we're not doing that because that would be too difficult to try to pour this out into that. So we're going to put the soup or stew back into this and then stir that up really well. So Jeff's going to pour it into there and then I'll stir it up. Also, I forgot to say, while you're waiting for this, you're supposed to take your bay leaf out and throw it away. Okay, because I'm already using this fork, that's what I'm going to use to stir this. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and get my... I shouldn't have thrown my spurtle into the sink. I have a bad habit of that. I'll just grab this, that way it can get all that up out of the bottom. And what it says is stir flour mixture into slow cooker, cover and cook for 15 minutes or until thickened. Alright, we did that. Pour sauce over beef and vegetables. Serve immediately. Well, the thing is, that's supposed to thicken that up. If you serve it immediately, it won't even give it time to thicken. But we have to wait on Selena's food to get done. So we will wait until her food gets done, and then we will share what we think about it. I should have baked some cornbread or something, but I didn't do anything like that. But we'll come back whenever we get this completely ready to eat. Okay, so Jeff's gonna try it. Neither one of us has tried it yet, so I'm gonna try it, see what we think. Okay, so what do you think about it? Okay, so we both like it. Noah's not here to try it, and Selena's not going to try it because she doesn't eat anything like this. But Noah's not here to try it, but he will, and I'm pretty sure he's going to like it too. But we both like it. We do like Park City Stew. I like Park City Stew just a little bit better, but this is just a different kind. It's like, this is more herby. What do you think? And it's not quite as thick as the Park City, but that's okay. It's good, and we're going to eat it with some crackers since I didn't make any cornbread. And I guess that's all I have for today. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. You will be seeing this video probably 2 weeks after I actually film it. So if you're wondering what is happening here, I had a little something removed from here. It's because I forgot to take that off earlier, and y'all have already seen it, so I just left it. Maybe you noticed it, maybe you didn't, I don't know. But anyway, if you have any questions more about this recipe, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I don't know if there's anything else I could answer. I don't know if there's anything I would do differently, but I will have the recipe printed or I'll have it typed out in the description, or I will have you a link to a printable. Google is changing how much you can actually have on your stuff, so I may not have the space to keep doing the printables the way I have been. I am going to look for somewhere else because I need to have somewhere for my recipes and for my scripture writing plans as well, for you guys to be able to get the printables. So I'm going to be looking for that. I found out today that that was changed or changing soon. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my channel, like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment, share with your friends, like the button, hit the like button or like the button, whichever one you want to do. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.